have two speakers today. We have Sebastian and Stefan. Sebastian is the head of bearings for automotive in North America, and Stefan is our head of the business unit iglide gears, which we're very, very excited about. So we're going to present to you reasons to use gears in the automotive industry from igus. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will gladly answer them as we go. You also can, if you have questions and you put them in the chat, you can also ask us afterwards. We will be providing you with contact information. So without further ado, I will pass it off to Sebastian and Stefan, who might wait another minute, but I'll let you guys decide that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, Nicole, and thank you all for joining. Today we will talk about self-lubricating gears inside the automotive industry. I'm very much excited to show you our today's agenda for today. So first of all, we will talk about igus, what igus does, what are the typical products from igus. We will see inside, take a look inside of the material we are using, and then going over directly into the igus gears topic. After that, we will take a look into a couple of automotive applications where we already very successfully use our igus gears, and then go over into free sample opportunities and for sure also a question and answer session. So the company igus, what do? We are a family company. We focus on motion plastics. So everything which is in motion, you can think about the company igus. We were founded in 1964. You can see our founder here in front of his double garage from back in the days where he developed and engineered the first plastic part we did with the company, and he replaced actually a metal component, increased the service life of the machine using it, and also reduced the part costs. And that is still the title for us. We call it tech up and cost down. Over the years, we went into more buildings, increasing the sizes, and that's another big news for us that we are just starting our factory expansion, as you can see here on the other side of the road, to have more capacities, more than 20,000 more square meter of production and development area should be finished next year, and also many more injection molding machines, coming to 800 in total, to have enough capacities for you to produce parts in short lead times and to give you the best possible service. Coming from one product we saw on the other slide to many, many more products in our portfolio. So we also offer a lot of cable carriers. We also offer like assembled carriers with the chains already to make it fast and easy. We have linear bearing slides. We have lead screw assemblies like you can see here. We have bushings, thrust washers, piston guide rings, flange bearings, self-aligning bearings, like really everything which is in motion. We can offer a component to work in this application. And today we will talk mainly about our iglide plastic bearings. So what is iglide? Iglide is the material behind all our components, and that's the core technology of igus. So we develop our own tribo polymers. We have over 50 different materials in the catalog we are using, and even more, like over 300 materials for specific applications with slightly different parameters and characteristics, especially focusing on, having answers for the specific application. So what is inside? Usually we have a base polymer defining the temperature, defining the water absorption as a basic parameter, all of them which are available on the market we are using. And then we blend fibers and filaments into it, make it more resistant, make it more stronger, load carrier opportunities, and then last but not least, solid lubricants to make it self-lubricating. All the products we have can run without grease because it's already inside of our blended compound materials, as you can see the structure here, and always allowing a very low coefficient of friction, very perfect sliding surface, and very low wear rates for your application. How to prove it? And that's a big thing for us because we are testing a lot. We are testing all the materials we have. We are testing them in different shapes, different designs. We have the largest test lab in the industry, as you can see here, rotating, linear motion, oscillating motion. All of those motions will lead into different wear rates, different coefficient of frictions, especially combined with different parameters of applications, different load scenarios, different speeds, and all of this testing data will go into our online tools. So you can go on our website, you can fill out the basic parameters, really just a couple of data of the application, the basics, and you will get the real recommendation about the best material from igus, cost-wise, but also service life, to offer you a workable and very good application. So where can we find our components in automotive? And you can see it here, and we can start, for example, in the pedal systems, go over into the actuators, lighting systems, side mirrors, tailgate mechanisms, and the seating systems, shifters, hinges all over the place, shift forks, like even in the transmission, we offer our thermal plastic and tribo optimized plastics going over to the grille shutter, to the external areas. We don't want to have corrosion inside of the bearing components, and many more of our products. So yeah, everywhere a motion is happening, you can think about igus components. And yeah, the automotive industry, to give you some confidence, over 1 billion bearing components we produce per year at the company igus, and half of it is going into the automotive industry per year, like 500 million pieces a year we are already successfully delivering into the automotive industry. But coming to the topic of igus gears, thank you again for joining, and now handing over to Steffen. Thank you, Steffen.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you very much, Sebastian, for the introduction, for talking about igus, what igus does. And yes, we want to focus on the iglide gears today in the automotive branch, just to show you our possibilities and what we are doing for you. Coming from tribologically optimized plastic materials, thermoplastic materials, we use the benefits that we have from our experience to put this into a new, or the latest business unit founded at igus, iglide gears, to use all the benefits for this. Also a very nice motion plastic part, a very nice business unit that we have here. And yeah, as you know, when you know igus, we have a high wear resistance also for gears. The gears are self-lubricating, so this is very important for you to know. We do not just take a look on one part in your system. We will take a look on the whole system. If you have a gearbox with round about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how many stages ever, we will check not just one material. The combination of the material is always very important. And yeah, that of course we want to be lubrication free in the systems, but even if we know the automotive industry, so don't let grease slow you down in this case. This is also the motto of the seminar here. So even if the grease is not there, if you want to lubricate your application, we have good emergency running properties for you, because over the lifetime of a gearbox, you know these cases, you cannot be safe that the lubrication is where you put it on the first day. So yeah, together with you, with our customers, we find suitably matched materials for your application. So as Sebastian said at the beginning, we have over 50 materials in the catalog, over 300 materials used for further, very special customer application. And this is also our target, to find the right material together with you. And we have the possibility, if we don't have the right material, if there is another color badge needed, or a special compound for your application regarding your needs, we are able to compound the material here in Germany on our material compounders. So all from one hand. I will talk about this more later. Yeah, and material development, the test laboratory that we have seen before, the production, the tool making in our own in-house tool shop, everything is from one hand, located in our headquarters, and yeah, over 35 subsidiaries worldwide. Sebastian still talked about the very big test laboratory, about 3,800 square meters that we have in-house. And also here, our gears are tested, as you can see here, in a rotational test rig where a gear is running against another gear, and of course the linear movement test rigs, and we are expanding our test rigs capacities more and more also in this year. Yeah, and this is one target also from igus. We want to make all of our materials that we offer calculatable for you in different softwares that we have and online in our calculating systems. Just to give you one example, POM is very often used in the automotive industry in actuators. One case here, tech up, cost down. This is our driver, one of the igus drivers, and you can see here POM, standard POM, which has comparison to Xero Duo B180, which has up to 4 times higher lifetime than standard POM. This is one of our high running materials in this case, and we still use this successfully in the automotive branch and also in other branches. And this is one advantage also from igus. We are focusing on many branches, and so we have a lot of experience and a lot of innovation also from other branches that we can implement in the automotive industry for you. This is one very important thing, one very big point that we have at igus. Not just the parts that we are offering, the material, our know-how. We want to give comprehensive service from one source. So we often begin with a simulation, service lifetime calculation of your system, of your gearbox, of your gears that you need. So we have a project checklist, which is a little bit like an APQP, where you can put all your datas in. And regarding all your needs and your parameters in the application, we will find the right material for you. And this is the first stage that we have often in the project. So this is how a project can start. Then on the other hand, people who are dealing with gears daily in their daily business, they know the KISSOFT. This is a very important state-of-the-art software that we also use at igus to calculate the gears, to optimize the geometry of the teeth, of the tooth, to give you a service lifetime calculation for your application, which is very important, of course, at the very beginning of a project. So this is the direction, which material we will use, how long is the lifetime, what should be optimized, and regarding this, we give you the service with all those points. And one very nice and important point is that from mid-2022, the first iglide, or so-called in Europe iglide materials, will be available in the KISSOFT software, so that if you use the KISSOFT in-house, you can also directly calculate the first iglide materials in the KISSOFT. This will come also this summer. After defining the first steps in the project, simulation, modification, this is a very good example here that we are also your partner regarding the geometry of the parts. So we often have CAD programs, CAD systems, where we get a simplified tooth or gear geometry from, as you can see it here above, which is not matching to the norm, and we as a partner will find the right geometry with you, implement this dimensions on the drawing for you, so that we have the right thermal calculation beside the dimensional calculation for you in your system, so that you then don't have a sticking, so that we can also make correction loops in the right way, so that everything is matching with the norm. One very important point is also that, sometimes we get requests like this here. So we have a very high thickness part, and of course it's not just the teeth or the tooth itself, it's about optimizing the whole material regarding injection molding. So this is also very important at the beginning of the project, because at the end we just want to start with you in the prototyping with the serial geometry, because we don't want to change the geometry in the project. So we really take care of this to give you the service to make consulting also regarding the optimization of the wall thickness, so that you have a really good geometry of the part from the beginning of the project, even if we start with prototypes made out of SLS, bar stocks, whatever. As I said before, we define all the important measurements that you need to define a drawing, a gear geometry on the drawing. As you can see here, we have an internal norm for a table where you can find the root diameter, tip diameter, all the references and dimensions to define a gear, to also make a quality assurance of the gear. All this is implemented in our drawings automatically, so that you have all the details that you need at a glance. In this case also here, before we go into the steel phase, before we build prototype molds or serial molds, we of course take a deeper look into the process itself. In this case, for example, with the mold flow analysis, so that you can see how the part is behaving in the tool to optimize the part, or maybe the gate mark or the periphery of the tool, to have the best process for your serial parts, because as you know, quality is a very, very big topic in the automotive branch. Yeah, just another example, just another view into the mold flow. This is what we can do for you to calculate the parts also from the production side. Comes to mold making, going to the steel phase after simulation, and we make this in our in-house tool shop. So we have very short ways. We can make the tools, make correction loops in-house. We can sample the parts directly on our sampling injection molding machines directly to our tool shop. So very short ways, so a very short lead time. This is our target in this case, because lead time is more and more in the role in times like this. So very important here. In this case, you can see a 3-plate injection molding tool with unscrewing unit. So very complicated tools that we can offer to you regarding your needs, regarding your geometry, matching to your part, matching to your needs in this case. We have the sampling process in our in-house technical center. So we have machines where we can directly take a deeper look into the process. We build the mold. We have the first off-tool parts, for example, and after every correction loop that we make, we of course sample the tools very individually and take a deeper, very detailed look into the process, so that we have a stable process in the serial production for you. Beside alone standing very complicated tools that we of course need for some projects, we have in this case our proven master mold system. In this case also a 3-plate system that we see here, and the part that I hold in my hand, this is a module of 1 with 50 teeth. This part is produced with the tool that you can see here in this case. So this is also our target. If we can put your part, your geometry in our injection molding master mold system, we will of course lower the tool costs and give you the best suitable, very good service also in this case regarding the tooling side, regarding the costs. So not just regarding the part price, so also a very good, just to keep the costs low, also regarding the tooling in this case. One very important high priority point from the beginning of the project is of course quality assurance that we have at igus at the highest level, beginning very often with the CT scanners. So if we molded the parts, we are able to measure every point on the part, so we can make individual correction loops for the tooth. We can take a deeper look on every side, on every point of the part, to make correction loops very individually for the serial production. And at the end, of course, if we have overmolded parts, like metal parts that we put into the parts, we cannot use a CT scanner. In this case, we have the strip light projector, so we can, of course, measure parts where we have metal parts overmolded. At the end, you know these pictures when you're dealing with gears. We make the tactile profile tooth checking, of course, for you to give the protocol to you. This is, of course, very important for the PPAP phase, to put all those measurements into the PPAP so that you have the whole quality assurance also integrated in the well-known automotive standards. Other analysis that we make also in-house, CPK analysis or other points that we can make for you are also possible. This is, we can just define all those points together with you regarding your needs in the projects. If there are special measurements on the drawing that you need that should be checked very individually, we can of course define this together with you. Our manufacturing capabilities, everything from one hand, from one source, so you don't have to talk to different parties in the project. So igus will be your partner from the beginning on. We start often, as I said, with the additive manufacturing, can be FDM, but most often used, in over 90%, we use the SLS printing for modules till zero point 0.5, and now new our DLP printers, where we can print very small modules below 0.5 modules. Then possible in the second step is the mechanical processing. We have a lot of materials that we use also for injection molding available as bar stock, extruded materials, plates, so we can machine the parts if you want to, or this is from my experience very often used in the second stage, the injection molding prototypes, so that we have prototypes which are very serial, near produced. And we have here in this case for aluminium tools right now lead times around about 6 till 7 weeks, and the aluminium tools have metal inserts so that we can really have a nice tooth quality in this case, which is really near or in serial quality stages, so that you don't have a loss of quality in this case. And of course, at the end, injection molding for the serial production in our master molding system that we have in-house, regarding lowering the cost, regarding small lead times. We don't have to build the whole tool, we just have to build the inserts of the tool, or standalone tools if we have very, very complex parts with unscrewing units, with sliders, with whatever you need in your project. We can of course build standalone tools for your project. And then of course the maintenance till the aftermarket, till the end of the project, will be in our hands, so you just pay the tool costs once. Just to show some application samples, I'm sorry I cannot show many parts here because we have non-disclosure agreements with our customers that we of course respect. So one application, this is very nice, I just showed the tool before. We've got this electric rear seat adjustment for the Chinese market in this case, with a helical worm gear with an internal thread. So very complex part with a very complex tool technique of course, and in this case with low fogging properties that we need, fire class for the interior in the automotive, and of course in this case very important, low noise. We are in the interior, and of course very nice emergency running properties for you. So of course this also helps us a lot in this case in the interior area. So all the advantages that we have from our materials in this case. Then of course we are building our own gears internally, and I have just some parts that I can show to you. So here of course a very small part with a module of 0.4 in this case. In this case a module of 1, and of course we are able to mold parts in very, very small modules. We are also producing modules of 0.3 in injection molding tools for the automotive industry. Your advantages at a glance: what can igus do for you from one single source, everything from one hand? This is what I said before, I've shown this to you. You just have to talk to one partner. This is igus, comprehensive service from a single source in the whole project from the beginning to the end. We have no quantity limits, so from quantity 1 or a small series like 10,000 pieces per year or something like this for maybe the sports cars unit or something like this, up to many million parts per year. There are no limits in both directions. We have low one-off tooling costs when we are talking about our master mold system. We have suitable materials for your application, and if we don't have one, we will compound one together with you, find the right material. Short distances in our house, concentrated competence, under one roof at our headquarters in Germany, and of course around the world. One big example, or one good example, is America, where we have a lot of employees, a lot of technical sales managers, which are bringing the service to your site. And of course, igus location stocks worldwide, so we are delivering into automotive projects worldwide. It just depends on where the parts are running, or yeah, maybe where you need the parts in your project. And now, just handing over to Sebastian. Many thanks for your attention, and yeah, looking forward to hear something regarding quality and also the igus service.
Thank you very much, Stefan. Thank you very much for the insights and the gears, and especially the more technical information, which are definitely required for the gear topic. But yeah, that's where we are, and that's what we want to offer to our customers. So thank you very, very much. And let's take a deeper look into the quality and the service from us. So for sure, we are certified based on all the quality norms like ISO 9001, automotive norm IAT F16949, but also environmental norms like the ISO 14001. Also, for all the materials we are using, we have a lot of standards like burning rates, fogging rates, cleanliness certificates, or REACH, GADSL, or IMDS, which was also something we do. Then another big thing is for the quality that you will parts that being checked before sending out. And you can see here on this bottom right picture our optical sorting machine with camera systems on the top, on the bottom, on the side, where really the parts going over a plate being checked if any damages or anything is occurring on the part, and they will be checked 100%, means only good parts will come into your facility. Then Stefan already mentioned global standards, same company in 35 subsidiaries, always igus, always technical support, always one company, and even in more than additional 55 countries, we have partners who have our products as well and are in their stock and can also support you in direct deliveries wherever you need it in the world. Coming to the free samples, the interesting part as well here, because we just finished a new brochure. You can see it here. Everything about gears from igus you can find here. Just let us know. We can send you the PDF version. We can send you a printed version, and much more options. Like also on the homepage, we have many links about gears and information about gears as well. Another great thing we can do is we can give you a customized sample. So as Stefan mentioned, 3D printing is a big thing. We also have printers in the US, SLS printers, FDM. So if you want to have a customized samples, send us your step file and we will be very happy to send you a gear sample about that. If you want to have another injection molded sample, always happy to sell to give you definitely for free the gear sample bag, as you can see it here, with a couple of gears inside, or our very famous thermal cup with a lot of bearing bushing samples, but also a gear is inside of that cup. And yeah, much more available. So automotive boxes, like you can see here, when it comes about the other components, we have cable carriers, sliding bushings, any kind of special shape you can also find in those boxes, or even we are very happy to give you an individual sample corner. You can see it here. We can put a lot of different samples inside, catalogs, brochures, samples itself to give over to you, put it in your engineering department, and yeah, just share with your colleagues, take out whatever you need. We will definitely refill it. And yeah, hopefully you can spark some ideas based on those samples. That being said, thank you very much for joining. Definitely check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of other seminars. We did something for noise reduction, for example, in vehicles, but we also have a great lifetime calculation tool online, or our engineers toolbox with a lot of blogs about gears, bushings, and all the components we do. So never hesitate to contact us to give you more information, and definitely always open to have a customized company seminar if you're interested in that. If, for example, some colleagues missed this seminar, which we will upload on the YouTube channels.
Both Sebastian and Stefan's emails are first initial last name at igus.net. So if you have questions that come up after the fact, or if you've worked with either Charlie or Herman or anyone of our outside sales group, you can certainly reach out to them as well. But again, thank you very much for joining the seminar. Hopefully you found it useful, and we'll be happy to answer any questions after as well.